That was Hell Isn't My Home by October Sky. October Sky captured some candid moments on their Hell Isn't My Home Canadian video tour. Be sure to check this out. Hi, DJ Tina here, host of HMTV Canada Easing. With me today is Andrew from October Sky. Hi Andrew, welcome back to HMTV Canada Easing.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. In our last interview, we got in depth about your album, Hell Is Not My Home. A lot has remarkably happened to October Sky since then. Lots to brag about for sure. Can you tell us about October Sky opening up for the Mobile and Canadian tours, such as the highlights of this event?
Well, we opened up for Mobile for 2 shows. They were on like a little mini tour on their way out west to start opening for Chris Cornell, and we opened up for them twice in Ontario, and it was a lot of fun, like meeting them. Like we had met them briefly before, and they're great guys. Like they work hard, they have good music, and it was just fun speaking to them about the music business and how it works, and we had some things to share with them, they had some things to share with us, and it was just fun because we're both from Montreal, so it was cool to hang out with them and to get to know them a bit and stuff.
October Sky recently completed Hell Isn't My Home Canadian tour to promote their recent album. What are some of the highlights of this tour, and did you receive a great turnout of fans attending?
Yeah, it was a great tour. I mean, it was our first tour, so going across Canada, driving, it's a big drive. drive, from Montreal to Vancouver and back. So, like, it was definitely interesting. The country is extremely beautiful. So it was a great experience, for each of us as individuals, and then also as a band, like being on the road and playing shows, and that's, going from city to city, meeting new fans every day, and playing for people, like a new crowd every day. Like, that was a really incredible feeling, and we had a great time. And of course, you have your ups and your downs and stuff, and we ran into a couple of tough situations that we managed to go through, and then we had some good shows and some bad shows, and that's how it goes. But it was a lot of fun.
Well, that was going to bring me to my next question. With your live stage performances, did the band face any challenges in setting up equipment or getting that good sound quality?
Yes, definitely. There was one show where Alex, our drummer, his bass pedal broke.
Oh.
During the set, like at the end of the second song. So he had to run to the truck. He had a spare in the truck, luckily. So he had to run to the truck in the middle of the set and find scavenge through all the boxes and stuff to find the spare. Run back inside and then set it up. While the three of us that were on stage just tried to play it out and just kind of buy some time for him and stuff. And so that was tricky, but there was a couple of things like that. Like little breakdowns, equipment problems and stuff.
Do you find that the stages were really good, like for the sound quality and the room and the space?
Most of them, yes. Because you're playing. We're playing in all these cities that we've never played in before, so we don't know. We don't usually know much about the venue before we get there. So we get there and it's just kind of like we hope for the best,
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it was, actually, I have to say most of the time, stages were pretty big and the sound was very good. But there was a couple of shows where stages were miniature, and we have a lot of equipment,
Mm-hmm.
I guess you'd have to see it to believe it or whatever, but
Well, I believe it.
More equipment than almost any band that we've ever played with, so sometimes it's difficult for us to fit on the stage, and sometimes we have to keep some of our equipment actually off the stage.
Oh, wow.
Didn't fit, so so you make do with what you have, and it's funny. Usually it was pretty good though.
What's your favorite? Do you like playing inside venues or outdoors?
It's a completely different experience, but I have to say I've only done one or two outdoor shows,
Mm-hmm.
and the experience is incredible. It's just open air, and the sound is. You have a louder sound system, because you're
Mm-hmm.
outdoors. You project more, so the sound is amazing, and the feeling you feel some wind, and just being outside is incredible. So I think I would say outside.
Okay. To keep the shows interesting, did the band try new things or change their playlists while traveling to different places?
No, not particularly. Actually, because we're playing for new faces every night, so there's no particular reason to change up your playlist other than for yourselves. So I don't know. We were comfortable with our set list, and we pretty much hammered it out every night. And sometimes you're really tired. You do a show, and then the next day you have to do 10 or 12 hours of driving, and then do a show right away. So sometimes it was easier for us just to play the same set list, just for that reason mainly.
We can see from Hell Isn't My Home video tour, the band endured long trips to the next city. Are there any humorous, wild road trip side stories that has helped the boredom on being on the road?
Yeah, you could say that. But I wouldn't necessarily say that we were bored. It was kind of just fun the whole time. You would think that, we had a friend come along with us and help us out, so we were 5 guys in the car, and you would think that 5 guys sitting in a truck all day would you'd get on each other's nerves and it would be boring, but it wasn't like that at all. It was just it was fun the whole time. We were just having a good time, and we ran into a couple of funny things. One night we were in Saskatoon, and there was a big, huge conference in the city, an international conference. So every hotel was booked.
Oh, wow.
In a 100-kilometer radius of the city. So we were just we were screwed. We had no place to sleep. So we ended up sleeping in the truck, and it was freezing.
Oh, wow.
It was in October, so it was probably 0 degrees or somewhere between -5 and 5 Celsius. So and we're in a diesel truck, so it doesn't heat up if you're just idling.
Mm-hmm.
So every every like 2 hours or so we would have to like drive like 10 or 20 minutes just to get some heat into the truck so that we can continue sleeping. So that was a pretty interesting experience, but it was fun. It's a fun story to tell about.
These videos are hilarious. Are there tortilla flat restaurants in Quebec?
No, there's not. I think that's actually a one-of-a-kind restaurant, as far as I know. There's nothing, there's no tortilla flats.
How many trips do you take to Toronto to go to that restaurant in a year?
I think in 2008, I think we've eaten there almost 10 times.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
It's kind of like a tradition, you know, like every time we're in Toronto, we just go and eat there.
Let's brag about the awesome media exposure October Sky is receiving. Hit the Ground video is now being aired on Much Music. How about Hell Isn't My Home? Is that being aired on Much Music now as well?
Well, we actually didn't officially. We're officially releasing the video next Thursday, February 19th, and then once that's out on the internet, once we have the special formats and the tapes ready, we're gonna send it into Much Music and into Music Plus in Quebec, and then we'll see from there. But you know, given that that Hit the Ground had a bit of success, then we're hoping that Hell Is My Home should be right up there too, and maybe even better. So we have yet to find out.
On radio, Hell Isn't My Home is the top album on Toronto's Fusion Radio. Is this radio station affiliated with University of Toronto?
I think it's the University of Toronto in Scarborough, or Scarborough College.
What other radio stations can fan request airplay for October Sky music?
Like most college radio stations, most of them in like Toronto and around Montreal have our CD and play our music, so I think that would be the best bet.
You've had a lot of success in getting the airplay on the college and university radio stations?
Yes, we did. Yeah, the support has been very good from that community. We've also been on quite a few commercial radios, but I'd have to say we've gotten better support from the college radios in Canada.
Can you tell us about October Sky appearing on Indie Guitars and Hell Isn't My Home album being nominated for the Tim Awards?
Oh yeah, that was really cool. You know, like we met the guys from Indie Guitars, and they're great guys, and they got a good studio going, and they have a good product, and you know they're cool guys. And we met them, and you know they decided to help us out a bit, and we try to help them out. So you know that's always good. And then the Timas, that was cool. It was cool to be like, it was our first. Well, because there's two Timas. There's TIMA, which is the Toronto Independent Music Awards,
right?
And there's the TEMA, which is the Toronto Exclusive Magazine Awards.
Wow.
And we were on both of those. We got a nomination for TIMA. So it was cool to be like, that was, and there was like an actual award ceremony and everything. So that was cool to be a part of that. It was like our first one. And it's cool to be recognized, you know, for, we were up for Best Out of Province. So it's cool to be recognized like when it's not even, it's like a Toronto-based thing. So it's cool to be recognized with that. And the other one, Toronto Exclusive Magazine, I think, well, yeah, we won 3 awards for that. So it's you know, it's cool to be a part of those kinds of things. There's a lot of other great artists in there too.
What is October Sky's fan space? Is this like a social networking site where fans can meet each other around the world?
Yes, among other things. It's basically just where we kind of put like blogs and stuff, and fans come and comment, and then I guess what ends up happening is that like fans meet each other on that site, and then kind of goes on from there.
Do you hold any contests on that site for the fans?
Yeah, we did one contest a few months ago. We try to like keep, you know, people interested in the site and try to keep some traffic going. So we try to, you know, do stuff for the fans and try to keep them interested, and you know that's a good way to do it.
What are the band's goals for 2009? Are you writing new songs for another album?
Yes, definitely. That's our main project right now. Kind of taking a bit of a break from playing shows. You know, we did a lot of shows in 2008. So right now, one of our main focuses is writing new songs, and we're hoping to, like, we want to take our time and try to do it right. You know, like make sure we get what we want, and probably release a new album in 2010.
Now, will these song themes be based on making people aware of what's going on around them in everyday issues, relationships, or values? Or will your song themes change in this new album?
Well, I mean, like you just mentioned, like 3 pretty like general or kind of like engulfing themes, and I think that those are themes that are apparent in our first album. So yes. I don't really think that it'll necessarily change because those are pretty broad. Like a lot of things can fall under those 3 categories that you mentioned. So I think, yeah, you can expect something different, but you can still categorize them as the same thing, right?
Did you get any crazy inspirations to write music when you're traveling on the road and touring?
I think it's inevitable. I think you go on this incredible experience, you go on this journey, and then it kind of changes you, whether you like it or not. I guess everything you do affects you. So something like of that magnitude will affect you even more. And then that's going to somehow come out in the writing, whether it's apparent or not. I think it's an integral part of writing new music.
Are you going to be trying new things with your sound with this new album?
Yes, definitely. We've already been experimenting with a lot of different stuff. A lot of different sounds, like hints of different genres, I guess, like there's hints of like synthetic or, synthesizers, or like synthetic sounds, and something that we're exploring a bit more. So I think it should be cool.
How about any ideas for videos like the studio recording sessions while producing?
We were planning on doing some live sessions and then releasing it on our site for people to watch, like a live recorded session, and maybe like do some different versions of some songs, like to try to give something new, in the meantime, while we're writing new music.
I think that's a good thing because fans can react to what they like and what they're hearing before the album comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get good feedback by doing that. Before we wrap up our interview, do you have any shout-outs to fans and friends?
Yeah, just say hello to everyone, like everyone who has been supporting us, all our fans and family and friends. Everyone's been great to us so far, so we owe everything we had to them.
Thank you, Andrew, for this interview opportunity, and I want to thank John Asher of Asher Media for allowing our e-zine to interview October Sky. You rock.
Thank you very much, Tina. Hollywood Music TV rocks.